Okay, here we go. This will be the last one, I hope. This is radio. You did one on candles. Very informative. You had an extremely long pause at the opening. That'll just kill you at the very beginning of a speech. Watch the scratching of the arm and the kinds of things you were doing. The focus on your video was soft. It's hard to see your face. I need to see your face especially. Now, like everyone else, radio, establish your credibility. How long have you been making candles? Do you make them to sell? Do you make them for your own enjoyment? When did you learn how to do it? Who taught you? How did you get interested? Establish your credibility in there. You need some energy. You're too laid back, man. Get some energy into the thing. And you had inexplicably long pauses. And, why? Watch those pauses. It makes it look like you don't know where you're going next. You want to fix that. You must show 4 people in the audience. Don't assume I know that there's somebody behind that camera and that's the 4th person. You must follow the rules I outlined and show me 4 people who meet the requirements. And finally, you could have used maybe a couple of visuals in there. Show me what a wick looks like. Show me how you do some of the things you do. Do you carve the candles? I've seen some people that do that. Work on that a little bit. You also need to work on your speaking outline, your preparation outline. Establish your credibility, as we said. Make sure I can see your audience. Get some vocal variety in what you do. Watch those mannerisms of scratching. Your pauses are killing you in the speech. Just work on all of that. Okay, Tiny. Tiny, you did cooking, and great job. You're the person I was talking about earlier about the hair. When the hair falls down in front of you and you look back up, you got to get the hair out of the way, pin it back, do something about that so that that's not a problem for you. Okay? Make sure you work on that. Talk more as you demo. Watch Rachel Ray. She's doing stuff. She's always talking. You can't get to a point where you're paying attention to what you're doing, but you forget there's an audience out there, so you got to do that. Great pacing, excellent pacing, and editing. The way you shot that to include everything, very well done. But your strongest point absolutely was your conversational approach that you used throughout. I mean, you just talked to me. You made me feel at home. I could see myself sitting there on a stool watching you do that, just dying to taste it and see how good it was. You're just compellingly interesting when you talk. Excellent pre-prep. You had everything in place. You had everything you needed to know. You might think about tongs when you have to pick up something if they keep sliding off the spoon or whatever it was you were using. This was about as well done a speech as you can do. Work on that speaking outline and the preparation outline. I wrote this down. You should feel about as good as you could possibly feel about how this speech went. Just a superb job in every respect. All right, Lucky, you did Pinewood Derby. Way to go. Outstandingly creative. It's one of the near universal topics. Everyone knows someone that's done that or knows someone that's been involved in it. Way to go. Explain a little sooner in your speech, though, about the Cub Scout and the family. I think you mentioned it was your nephew that was a part of that. Make sure that we understand all of that as you go. Pick a camera shot and hold it. Don't be zooming in and out. Great smile at the end. A really sell of what you just said at the end, the way you did that. Your preparation outline and your speaking outline needs some work. Basically, they're not right. And overall, this was a very well done speech. Samurai, joint lock. I thought you were talking about something in locksmithing, so make sure that it's very clear what you're doing right off the top. However, very conversational. Plus, you did a great job presenting your speech. It was very interesting. Go a little slower in explaining some of the terms used. Joint lock, again, I thought it was locksmith stuff. I didn't understand joint as in arm joints, wrist joints, and things like that. Good work on putting up a special background. Good for you. and good use of analogies. When you did the garage door and the this goes up and down, that goes in and out, way to go. I mean, you know, when anything you can do to make something that inherently has some complication to it simpler, way to go. Excellent facial expression throughout, even a slight smile, which is good, very warm and communicative. Now, you're one of them that I was talking about. No more speeches from you on anything even close to martial arts or self-defense. We want you to stretch. We want you to reach out. We want you to get more topics, more interest, and see how you can do on things you're not expert in already, where you teach yourself some things. Hey class, great job on these speeches. I really enjoyed them. You've come a very long way. I look forward to what you can do next. Keep up the good work. Build on all of this. Listen to the comments that we directed to everybody else, because they could just as easily be you. And keep on keeping on, because you're doing a fine job and you'll do well in this class at that rate. Thank you for letting me be a part of all of this.